brand new iPhone Pro Max 12 with these 4 easy steps. Step 1. Subscribe to IMG YouTube channel. Step 2. Click the notification bell. Step 3. Share one episode of Your Money Matters on Facebook and tag 3 friends using the hashtags #IMG Your Money Matters, #IamGreat iPhone 12 Pro Max giveaway, #IMG official channel. Step 4. Visit img-corp.net/iPhone 12 PMax and fill out the giveaway registration form. The lucky winners will be raffled during the live premiere of the last episode of Your Money Matters Season 3. Watch and share this with your family and friends now to get a chance to win. Good luck!
Your money matters. That's why we have this show. In this season, we've put together the best financial experts in the country to teach you all you need to know so you can grow your wealth, fulfill your dreams, and make an impact in the world. Hi everybody! Welcome to Your Money Matters. I'm your host, Risa Singson Kaupeng.
Build a second income. Don't rely on what you have right now.
Understand, recognize, accept that we need to upgrade our financial strategy.
If you're not adaptive and you're not flexible, then whether there's pandemic or not, you'll really have difficulty.
Prosperity begins in the mind before it goes to your pocket.
The intersection between passion, potential, and peso. If you can combine those 3 elements, I think you will be in the right track.
Join us every week as we learn and apply money strategies to prosper your life. New episodes stream every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Philippine time. Welcome everybody! Welcome to Your Money Matters. I'm your host, Risa Singson Kaupeng in Manila, Philippines. Have you heard of this Chinese proverb? An inch of time is an inch of gold. But you can't buy that inch of time with an inch of gold. Ang oras natin ay parang ginto. You know, I've never met a person who will throw away a piece of jewelry, especially if it's made of real gold. Pero karamihan sa atin, kasama na ako doon, winawaldas natin ang oras natin sa mga bagay na walang kwenta. So for this episode, we shall redeem our time and learn how we can put both our inch of gold and inch of time and grow our wealth. I'm excited to speak with our guest today because I've heard him speak in many financial seminars. And for me, he is one person na kahit na ang layo-layo na niya sa atin in terms of success, achievement, and wealth, nakaka-inspire siya kasi nagsimula siya sa wala. Hindi siya nag-excel sa eskwela, wala siyang malaking kayamanan na minana, wala siyang korporasyon na pinasa lamang sa kanya. But today, he owns the largest online stockbroker in the Philippines with over 62 billion in customer assets. I'm talking about Edward Lee, founder and chairman of the board of COL Financial. Edward has made a promise to himself na hindi niya ipagkakait ang alam niya sa kahit kaninong gusto matuto. So open your minds and your hearts wide because there's lots that we will learn from Edward Lee. How many percent of Filipinos invest in the stock market? A. 75%. B. 50%. C. 25%. D. 1%. And the answer is D. 1%. As of 2020, stock market accounts number 1.4 million in the Philippines. But with a population of 110 million, that only translates to 1.27% of Filipinos investing in the stock market. Okay, as promised, ito na po ang ating guest for this episode. Walang iba kung hindi po si Edward Lee. Hi, Edward!
Hi, Risa. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for making time. Nako, ang oras po ni Edward, hindi lang inch of gold. Nako, kilometrong gold po yan. Kaya, salamat, Edward. And pinaunlakan mo kami. So, what have you been up to during this pandemic?
Well, very busy because there is a lot of requests really to work with different schools, especially because it's mostly in Zoom meetings, and very busy. In fact, yesterday I was with Brother Odi yesterday, so giving a talk also on similar on life and also on financials. No? So marami talks. Yes.
Parang mas naging busy yata ngayon dahil hindi na nila iniisip yung travel time mo.
No, but I go to the office every day. I make sure that I go to the office, and I work with a lot of young people nowadays because very fortunate because of this pandemic. Nobody's hiring, so we are able to get the best people to work for us in this kind of environment. Yeah. Ganun talaga. Only in crisis that you will have opportunity to get good people at a huge discount.
Wow.
Yes.
True, no? Edward, you are such a successful person. You've gone beyond creating wealth for yourself to bringing, helping others, including the young people, make their own millions. They call you a superhero of abundance, di ba? But even superheroes have to start somewhere. So where was that start for you on your financial journey?
Well, the financial journey really came from, I was exposed at a very young age in an organization in 1972-73. I was elected president of a mini company, and it's part of the Junior Achievement of the Philippines. Still today, it's called JA Philippines. So that's how I started. I was exposed to the stock market. We were visiting a mentor who was teaching us, and then he was the one who exposed me into the financial market. So what I did was I really spent more time going to the stock market, learning the stock market rather than learning my schoolwork.
So you were still a student then?
Yes. So I was 17, 18 years old.
In college?
Yes.
So parang hands-on yung learning mo.
Yes. So I started very early, 1973. Of course, by 1974, naubos na yung pera ko. Naubos yung mga kinita ko noong 1973. No? So it took me a while to learn these things also. So from 1973, that means it's already been 38 years. 48 years in the stock market. 48 years na rin ho tayo.
Wow. And during that time, what was, I'm sure wala pang mga computers, wala pang personal computers noon. So how are you doing? How did you, how are you doing? How are you trading stocks? And how are you, sinusulat?
Yes. I have to go. That's why you have to call using your landline. You have to call, and then from there, you have to know your broker, the financial advisor, so you can put in your orders. But Risa, I was so after 1974, I was able to work for a computer company, and that's where I was exposed to the computerization. No? So in 1986, when I became a member of the Manila Stock Exchange, I helped the exchange computerize it. I was the chairman of the computer committee. Till 1994, I also became the chairman of the computer committee for the Philippine Stock Exchange. So to put it all together. So my background is in operations. I learned how to put things together. So that's why when I was creating in 1999, I felt that the people who helped me build the COL platform came from the exchange IT people, came from the original Equitable Computer Services IT people. So it was really fate. Yeah, I worked for a computer center. That's why when I became a member, and I was in this stock market, I helped the exchange computerized it.
Wow, so you were in college then. What was your course?
I took up engineering, 4 years of engineering. Then I got kicked out kasi I was spending most of my time trading the stock market. Kaya na-kick out eh.
Oh,
then I have to work for a computer center. Hindi ko natapos. Kick out. So, I have to work for 8 pesos a day as a key puncher, verifier. So, I started with Equicom. So, 4 years of Equicom. So, 74, 75, 76, 77. Then I set up my own company in 1978.
So would you say that, because there are people, may mga tao na feeling nila kaya hindi sila successful sa buhay kasi hindi sila nakapag-aral or hindi sila naka-graduate. Pero para sa iyo, yung education mo was really rubber meets the road, no? Yung nandun ka agad sa workplace.
No, I shared this so many times, no? Especially during the piece, I was asked. And I always talk about how I was loved unconditionally, because even though I was very weak in my school, my academics, and I was kicked out in school. My parents basically never criticized me. So it was always a lot of encouragement. So I was a product of unconditional love talaga.
Pati pala sa education, malayo ang dinadatnan ng unconditional love. Okay, so most people in the financial industry, they talk about financial literacy, but you go beyond that. You talk about financial confidence.
That's right.
Can you explain that to us? Because that it's actually the first time I've heard of that.
Yes, because what happened is that most people talk about financial independence, then after that, financial freedom. So what I did was I created what we called a financial confidence, or learning how to be financial confident, so that because this is what happened to me, because I also migrated to Canada in 1989, and it was so easy for me to migrate because I understand markets. So when I was looking for a job in Toronto, I was easily hired, and I've done very well also in my stint there. No? I was a licensed stockbroker, a licensed commodity broker. So basically, the reason why I can move around, because the world basically becomes so small, because especially now when everything is online, you can have access to the world already, right? So once you understand how market works, the world is in your fingertip. That's why it's all about being confident that you understand how the stock market evolves, how the stock market works. That's why we continue to educate people. Not just it's always like this, Risa. Give them fish, they eat for a day, diba? Teach them how to fish, they eat for a lifetime. So that came from the confidence. Once you understand markets, you have the confidence already to be able to participate in any market anywhere in the world. So especially now, this pandemic, you now have access to the world. You have a platform wherein you can trade global markets at the stroke of your finger, diba? So that's why I came about with that word, financial confidence. You need to learn how the market works talaga. Once you understand it, the world is in your fingertip.
Edward, you're telling me that even abroad, they recognized your experience here? Kasi di ba usually pag let's say, nurse ka dito sa Pilipinas, you have to pass their certification course there.
Yes,
but when it comes to the market,
it's the same. I have to take the Canadian security course, then get the license. But once you understand markets, you understand the mechanics of it, it's okay. I mean, it's not as difficult, even though I was weak in my academics. But since I love the market, so I understand it very, very, very closely.
Okay, so we're kaming mga ordinaryong tao, we're just trying to get financial literacy and trying to understand how money works. Let's say I'm an OFW and I'm living from paycheck to paycheck. Tapos yung karamihan ng sweldo ko pinapadala ko sa pamilya ko sa Pilipinas. Meron akong mga utang na binabayaran doon. Where do I start? Where do I start understanding? Where do I start saving? Where do I start investing?
Risa, for so many years also, I went around the region. I visited all the different where the OFW is now. So I was in Hong Kong, I went to Singapore, I went to Taiwan, I visited a lot of factories in Taiwan to explain financial literacy. And I really can sympathize with them, is that most of them basically goes there, work so hard and send the money over. And that was always my, when I give a talk, I always tell them that you need to know how to take care of yourself. Kasi pag hindi mo ginawa yan, pag tumanda ka, kawawa ka. Because now, for example, you help your children to finish their school, they have a job. And then you expect that when you get old, pag tumanda ka na, they will take care of you. I always tell them, no. Because you brought your children to this world, you have to take care of them. It is your responsibility. So today, you need to understand that you need to take care of yourself. Kailangan, you have to, ang tinatawag namin doon is what we call the 3 basic law of money. Diba? You have to understand what is these 3 basic law of money. So the first one is, it's from the book of Babylon, diba? So it's called about, you need to know, you need to pay yourself. So that paying yourself is very important. Nagtatabi ka ng pera. Kasi if hindi ka nagtatabi ng pera, kawawa ka. Pag tumanda ka, kawawa ka talaga. Di ba? That's why it's called the 3 basic laws. First is you need to know how to save. Nagtatabi ka. 2, you need to know where to put it. Saan mo ilalagay? Pag linagay sa bangko, 1% lang, it's rule of 72. It takes 72 years to double your money. So kailangan naintindihan mo rin yan. Na kailangan, you need to invest in companies, good companies, blue chip companies that pays you a dividend so that you can use those dividends to reinvest it. That's right. Save, invest, reinvest. So that what we call, let money works for you. Let these big companies works for you. But you have to believe that. Kasi pag hindi ka naniniwala niyan, ang mangyayari sa'yo is that matatakot ka. Pag the market goes down, matatakot ka na. So these are the challenges in investing. You need to learn that na kailangan nagtatabi ka talaga. Kasi if you don't you don't prioritize yourself, kawawa ka talaga pag tumanda ka. And then you blame your children, parang pinanganak kita, I brought you into this world, you should take care of me. It's not true. I mean, I think in the Bible verse, it's the same thing also. When they get married, they have a family, they have a responsibility to their wife and to their children and to their families, di ba? The priority is not you. So you need to know how to take care of yourself. Kailangan asikasuhin mo sarili mo. Pag hindi ka nagtatabi, kawawa ka talaga pag tumanda ka. That's why I always say, if you don't understand this, you don't try to take care of yourself. One day you will become a burden to your children. When you become a burden, iiwanan ka talaga. Kaya nga 'di ba may anawim tayo sa di ba sa community natin, di ba? I mean, paano nangyari yan? Abandoned elders. Paano naging abandon yan? Kasi they did not take care of themselves, di ba? So they become a burden, wala na. Iiwan na lang pag nagkasakit siya, iiwan na lang sa hospital yan, di ba? And that's where anawim comes about. Right, Risa?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So can you break down for us the different categories of kasi you said save and then invest. And well, obviously, when you say invest, I would immediately think, sa stock market, syempre, Edward Lian, COL Financial. Pero yung different categories of investing, kasi yung audience natin ngayon, sari-sari yan, merong mga taong-taon na nag-i-invest, meron namang iba, ngayon lang sila siguro na nag-uumpisa doon sa investment journey nila. So, meron bang ibang categories itong mga taong ito?
Marami talaga yan. That's why if you look at the one I shared with you this morning, it's called the investor's journey, no? So I will try to explain this. The easiest, ang pinakamabilis is really passive investing, the first one. Let's say for example, ang wala kang alam, which is it's the most important. Kasi pag wala kang alam, magtabi ka lang. So buying, let's say, an index fund or buying, let's say, the Ayala family or buying the SM family. Tuloy-tuloy lang. Market goes up, market goes down. Wala kang problema kasi ang pera mo 3,000-5,000 pesos a month. So over time, in 10 years, when you invest it in 10 years, you will become a millionaire already based on 10% compounded rate of return yan. Sabihin mo na lang 7 to 8%, which is average now. You will still become a millionaire maybe in 12 years. No? So passive investing is the easiest, especially this is really designed for those who are starting. The problem is, pag may pera ka na, after 10, 12 years of investing, you need to learn a little bit of what we call active investing. The problem is kasi active, kasi kung may pera ka na, may problema ka eh. Kasi you need to understand what is risk on, what is risk off. Kailangan you have to know a little bit about all these things eh. And we teach that. It's available in all our YouTube. You go to our YouTube. All my YouTube channel, I've always explained it. It's all there. The problem is, of course, you need people like, let's say like you, to guide them, di ba? So that you can know where to go. Kasi if they just listen, syempre matatakot din sila, ma-intimidated din nila. Parang they need a hand-holding. That's why I really believe that yung grupo nila Bo is helping these people, the Truly Rich Club. No? So these are very important that you need to guide the OFWs, the ordinary workers, the ordinary employees na kailangan huwag silang matakot sa market. Kasi market goes up and down, especially when you have already invested for 10 years, tapos the market will go down 10, 20, 30, 50%, parang nangyari last year sa pandemic. Siyempre matatakot ka. Di ba? Pag you're not hand-holding, somebody's not hand-holding, yung matatakot ka talaga. That's why you need to believe that stocks over time outperform all asset class. And it's really true. It's really true. No? That over time, mag-outperform talaga yan. Because it's what we call the economy will continue to grow, especially in the Philippines. You know, this pandemic is just a what we call, parang nag-reset lang yan. And one day, it will reopen. Magre-reopen naman taho talaga yan eh. Diba? I really believe, like for example, UK already reopened. And you're seeing a resurgence of cases. But these cases are going up because of those not unvaccinated. Right? Pero if you look at the death, wala na naman namamatay. Wala na namamatay. So, it will become coexisting already. Magko-coexist na tayo with the virus. Because it's not gonna stop talaga. Every year we have to really be careful. Kailangan, 'di ba, nag-open up ang UK at saka US kaya bumalik na naman yung mga nag-research naman. Pero tuloy na 'yan, hindi na sila magsisirado because the economy is going to really be in trouble if you don't open up talaga. So I really believe that you need to believe in the Philippine growth story. If you're starting, you need to think of yourself. Kailangan asikasuhin mo ang sarili mo, magtatabi ka ng pera. That's why even if I go to high school, to mga senior highs, to college, I always tell them, if yung allowance mo lang, magtabi ka na, mag-practice ka na magtabi ng 50 pesos, 100 pesos. Which is being consistent. Being consistent. Yung nagtatabi, paying yourself. You need to be able to do that. And of course, sasabihin, wala na akong sinabi sa akin sa Taiwan yan eh. Di ba? Parang baon ako sa utang. I said, kailangan yung disiplina mo, kailangan nandun. Kasi pag walang disiplina, is learning how to be disciplined, how to be consistent in thinking of the future, which is very difficult. By the way, Risa, it's really very difficult. That's why it's always a challenge, in fact, on our part, that we continue to remind them. And then one day they will say, tama pala sinasabi namin. Pero it might be too late, but it's not. So it takes time for people to realize that they need to know how to take care of themselves talaga. Kasi mostly, alam mo ng mga Pilipino, mababait yan eh. They think of their family first, priority. Hindi nila inisip ang sarili nila. Di ba? Yun ang challenge natin. And that's the reason why we have to teach financial literacy, we have to teach financial confidence, di ba? Para you have to have that confidence to continue to have an open mind. Like you said kanina, you need to have that open-mindedness eh. Kasi pag hindi open-mindedness yan, mahirap talaga. Ipaikot-ikot lang ang buhay nila.
Okay, so you talk about passive investing and active investing. So we're going to talk more about that. We'll just break for a commercial. Tapos pagbalik po natin, kasama pa rin natin si Edward dito sa Your Money Matters.
Ang makalaya sa utang.
Sa usaping pinansyal, magkaroon ng sapat na kaalaman.
Matutong mag-ipon.
Ang pinagpaguran.
Hindi masasayang.
Hindi mababaliwala.
Kahalagahan ng kinikita.
Para sa sarili.
Para sa pamilya.
Para sa mga mahal natin sa buhay.
Ako. Kami.
Tayo.
Bahagi ako.
Join ako.
Kaya nating abutin ang 30 million Filipinos financially educated by the year 2030. Hashtag 30M2030. Corina Sanchez Rojas, kasama ninyo sa isang makabuluhang misyon.
Someday, you will get older, slower, grayer, but also wiser, calmer, and freer than ever. At Kaiser, we help you prepare for those years ahead, so you can keep doing what you love with the people that matter the most. Prepare for your future today. Kaiser International Health Group, the first name in healthcare.
Nagbabalik po tayo sa Your Money Matters at kasama pa rin po natin si Edward Lee of COL. So Edward, you were talking about, you mentioned kanina yung market na bumabagsak because of COVID. Everybody, hindi lang market, lahat, mga trabaho, nawalan, mga negosyo bumabagsak. And I've heard this from Bo Sanchez and other finance experts that investing money is an emotional thing. Na-experience ko yan when I invest in stocks. Pag kumita yung stocks ko, ay grabe, ang saya-saya ko. But I also remember the first time na I lost big time sa stock market, ay grabe, parang ayoko nang mag-invest ulit, parang gusto ko nang mag-give up. So right now, nandyan ako ulit. Kasi if I look at my portfolio, dumudugo, puro pula silang lahat. So what can you say about this cycle of emotions?
We call it the emotional cycle of investing. Emotional cycle of investing, because we are human beings. So the stock market is all about the study of human behavior. So there are 4 things about human behavior. So it's hope, greed, hope, fear, desperation. So it's a cycle. Cycle lang talaga yan. So for example, pag bumabagsak ang market, matatakot ka na. Kasi there's a sale of 50%, natatakot ka. Parang iniisip mo na mawawala yung SM, mawawala yung Ayala, mawawala yung mga Gokong Ways. So you have to take that you are investing in businesses. Di ba? Sa tingin mo, mawawala ba yung Ayala Corporation? Mawawala ba yung SM? Mawawala ba yung JG Summit? Hindi mawawala yan . Di ba? So you have to believe that these companies will last, which they have last for 50, 100, 200 years. Ayala family, I think it's 190 years na . Diba? Sila hindi mawawala yan. So you need to believe that. Diba tayo mawawala? But when you're investing in that family, even hindi sila mawawala. They will forever be in the Philippines. Diba? So because of that, when prices are going down, let's say may sale sa SM, sa Mega Mall, ang daming tao. Pero sa stock market, pag sale lang 40-50%, siyempre, all the bad news are there, di ba? So, matatakot ka na. So, you need to understand, it's really, that's why we call it a peso call. We do a peso cost average. In COL, we call easy investment program. You don't time the market. You time in the market. It's time in the market. You make money through time in the market. So, the consistent, let's say, of putting 5,000 pesos a month into the market. Automatically, when the market goes up, the 5,000 buy less shares. Pag bumaba yung market, your 5,000 buy more shares. And over time, when the economy recovers, automatically your cost is at the bottom. So this is what we call the peso cost averaging. In the TRC, they call it strategic averaging method. It's the same. It's really the same. So when you do that, when you understand that you believe in these companies, tuloy-tuloy lang, over time tataas yan . Now, the problem is, of course, kaya dugo-dugo ngayon because it's a year and a half ago, the pandemic came, it dropped 50%. So a lot of the issues there are still red. So, but you're buying a lot of these companies right now are selling at a huge discount already. So tuloy-tuloy lang yan. Pag hindi mo tinutuloy, ang mangyayari is, once this pandemic is over, prices will go up na. Pag prices will go up, tapos hahabol ka na naman. So it's always what we call the study of human behavior. Kami, we understand human behavior. So, we only buy when when there's a crisis eh. Pag ng crisis, that means naka-discount talaga yung lahat ng mga issues na yan eh. Diba? And we use that as an opportunity. That's why I always believe that we have to be an optimist. We have to be an optimist because once we are an optimist, you're open to opportunities eh. Because if you say, wala na talaga tayong pag-asa, wala na, tapos na. Diba? Wala na mangyayari. So you're just waiting for things to happen. Meaning, you're not in control. Tayo, we will always be in control because if there is nothing to do, let's say, for example, we have a recession, we have to learn new things, di ba? So that we can learn this craft, this skill, and learn it. And then eventually, it will become a craft, and then you can monetize it. Di ba? So these are things that it's really a behavior lang tao lang talaga. You need to stay positive. Because if you don't stay positive, you will have a difficult time talaga. You will always have a difficult time.
Edward, you've been in stock market investing for 47 years and you've been through many crises that's happened to the Philippines, from the death of Ninoy to the Marcos. So many coup d'etats and so many, the Asian crisis, etc. So has there been a crisis as difficult as this one? Kasi syempre minsan parang isipin mo baka ito na yung hindi na makaka-recover. Alam mo yun? Pero meron bang did you feel that way in any of those points in time?
You know how I was able to be where I am today. I started with 8 pesos a day. So I shared this in one of the videos. One of my talk 3-4 years ago. It's called 46 years of experience. I was sharing with the community, with our COL community, and I was showing them is that we made the most money. We made the most money during the coup d'etat. There were 6 coup d'etat, and that's where we made a lot of money. When there's a coup d'etat, the prices goes down. We just buy it. When everything is quiet, it goes back up. Ikot lang ng ikot yan. That's how we were able to do well. Right? It's always during crisis. And by the way, Risa, let me share with you. It's what we call, there are 4 or 5 kinds of market-driven crash. There's nothing wrong with the company. It's just the environment. So a lot of times, it's what we call a policy-driven crash. Let's say a policy. Let's say, for example, interest rate is a policy. Today, in China, it's called the government crackdown on the big tech. So today, in fact, Hong Kong dropped 4.5% in one day, the index. So these are what we call, we get excited when government is coming in and making a policy that can create a crash. And those crash for us are an opportunity for us to participate. So in other words, kailangan naintindihan mo yan. Kasi pag hindi mo naintindihan, matatakot ka kasi government crackdown, so takot ka na. But the government crackdown is really because they're changing the rules. Once the rules is finalized, the price will automatically go back up. So these are the things. So you have political policy crisis, you have credit crisis, you have political crisis. Siyempre, Philippines, may political crisis palagi yan. Then you have what we call natural disaster. There's an earthquake, tsunami, and then volcano explosion. Then you have pandemic pa. So, in the stock market, that's the reason why it's 85% of the people loses money is because they don't understand it. But the 15% who understand how to do it properly, hindi sila natatakot. They put 5, 10, 20% of the total cash, how much they put it in over time. Pag-gising mo lang, one day, 10, 20 years from today, it's worth a lot of money already. People don't understand that. People would spend the 10, 20%. Pero pag investing, ayaw nila kasi natatakot sila kasi umaakit, bubaba ang presyo. Right? But once they understand it, it's really an opportunity talaga. That's why we always say stocks outperform all asset class over time.
Okay, so when you say, so may cap naman, sabi mo 10 to 20%. So
yes,
ibig sabihin you don't throw in all, kasi minsan kala mo bottom na tapos may ibababa pa pala yung market.
It's because of greed, di ba? It's because of greed. Di ba akala mo that's the word, akala mo. Maraming namamatay sa akala talaga, di ba? Yan ang i-present ko kanina sa internship program. stocks can stay irrational for a long time, both on the upside and the downside. Meaning, prices can continue to stay low, and which called the what we call the value trap. But over time, if there's value, you just don't know whether it's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, bago umakyat yan, di ba? That's why it's called value trap. It will trap you for the next 3 to 5 years. But after that, they will realize the value already. Babalik na naman yan. Most people, the biggest problem with them is they don't have the patience. They expect that when they buy something, umaakyat na dapat yan. The problem is you don't sell it naman, bumabalik na naman. So you need to look at it from a much longer perspective na you're investing in these businesses. Para kang part owner ng negosyo na yan. Di ba? Let's say, bangko. Let's say, BDO. Parang part owner ka na ng BDO. Tuloy-tuloy lang. Mawawala ba yung BDO? Hindi ho mawawala. They're the biggest bank in the Philippines. Di ba? And can you imagine, Risa? It's the owners, like the chairwoman, si Tessie Cosan, is the one working for us, di ba? Siya nagtatrabaho para sa atin, Natutulog tayo, they have to work for us, So you have to have that kind of a mindset that you are investing in the best Philippine companies, you're investing in the best companies. And all these top CEO owners are working for us. Even though, of course, ang pera natin, maliit lang, 1,000, 2,000, doesn't matter. So it's an accumulation of wealth by investing in the best business of the Philippines. The best business, kailangan you have to have that mindset. You are now an in-part owner. You are an investor of these businesses. Once you have that, wala kang problema. Kasi yung tinatabi mong pera, 10-30% lang Di ba? Hindi dapat, wag mo na pinapansin yan Kasi after 5, 10, 20, 30 years from today, pagising mo, nandiyan na yung pera. May natabi mo. Kasi kung hindi mo ini-invest yan, anong gagawin mo sa pera? Gagastusin mo Di ba? Igagastos mo yan Kasi 10% lang. Let's say, kumikita ng 20,000, 10% is 2,000 pesos. Gagastusin mo rin Di ba? Pag may pera ka dun sa bangko, 1% lang, wala ka naman kinikita. Igagastusin mo. So even if the stock market did not go up for almost 8 years, 2013 peak, hindi umakyat yan But if you do this cost averaging, your cost is still below. You're still below the original purchase price, let's say in 2013. Di ba? But you need to believe that kasi if you don't believe that, mahirap talaga. No? That's why you need to buy good companies. Yung mga companies na nakilala natin, na ginagamit natin palagi, kailangan you have to have that mindset talaga.
Oo nga, because like if I have my own business, I don't expect it naman na biglang kita siya agad, di ba? Oo nga, So dapat ganun din pala ang tingin natin dun sa stocks. Yun siguro nga ang main problem natin. Gusto natin, parang nanalo ka sa loto di ba? Yun
yes.
Instant gratification. Okay, so we need to grow our not just our literacy but also our patience. Ito, Edward, the national elections are coming up again. Alam mo, personally, I feel like every time election year, parang crisis sa Pilipinas. every 3 years, every 6 years. Are there things that we should watch out for during an election year when we invest in the stock market?
For us, we look, during the time of martial law, these are the political crises we are more worried about because it can take 10-20 years di ba? But today, in a democratic election, walang problema yan talaga. Walang problema. People, it's just, for us, it's just noise talaga. It's just noise. It's really just noise. No? So whoever wins, it's the same. The biggest challenge in any political exercise, it's really, we are always trying to be hopeful that we can get good public servant that will help the community, that help at least in the local scene. No? Gone are the days wherein you will have the same problem as a military dictatorship. Wala na ngayon yan wala na ngayon. So as long as wala nang ganon, walang problema. The market will go up and down lang naman yan diba?
Kung bumagsak man, mabilis yung recovery.
Yes. So if you're worried, if you're investing in the stock market, you have to believe in investing in companies like sinabi ko, di ba? So whenever the prices goes down, it's an opportunity sa atin. It's really an opportunity to participate, di ba? Did you understand, Risa?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's how the mindset should be working. Kasi you're investing for the long term. You want to buy cheap also, di ba? You don't want to buy expensive. Now, if you want to buy expensive stuff, you need to know the third portion, which is active trading. Kailangan marunong ka rin lumabas. Kasi pag hindi ka marunong lumabas, pag mahal na yan, pag bumaksak, malalim. You can do 70-80%. Di ba? Kasi you're buying expensive. Now tayo, we want to buy cheap. That's why it's called investing. Trading and investing are totally different. Are totally different. Now, 85% of people who trades loses money kasi may konting timing. Sa atin, active investing, we're buying with values. It's time in the market. It's not timing the market. So timing the market is a totally different business. But it's our business also. But we teach that. The problem is it's 25% will lose money kasi you'll get emotional, matatakot ka na. Let's say, then especially stocks that are flying are all the penny stocks, yung mga informed speculation. So if you don't know how to handle that, then a lot of these issues can stay 5 years, 10 years. Na lugi ka, na it will never recover. And sometimes, naging toilet paper pa. Hindi talaga totoo.
So Edward, for those who've been in the stock market for years, like me, I've been in it for years. Although, I'm a passive investor, I would say. But for those na medyo mas active, tapos they've been religiously, putting money in the stock market. They've been there maybe 10 years or more. Yung next step for them, ang next step na ba yan is they need to enroll na in Keylum Trading Institute para matuto. Anong next step dyan? So they can up their game, kumbaga, sa stock.
If they are already in the market for more than 10 or 15 years, that means they understand what we call active investing. Pag binebentahan yan, nandun sila. And that's what we have been doing for the last, since 2005 and 6 when we listed the COL. That is what we have been doing. And we have seen a lot of these customers, they understand sita. Whenever prices are being sold down at a huge discount, nandun na sila. Pag umakyat sila, nagbebenta. So we were very happy that, a lot of our customers has learned that already. It's now the new people, the new investors that comes in. So a lot of them, let's say, especially the young people, when they come in, they want instant gratification. They think that by learning how to trade the stock market, you can make money. They don't care about fundamentals. So parang nagsusugal. And that is what we are always being worried about, is that we were trying to help them understand that when you're going to speculate, kung magsusugal ka, up and down, dapat naintindihan mo yung mga rules of the game. May mga rules yan. We teach that also. Tinuturo din namin yan. The problem is most people, because of their desire to make money, the greed that they think that they can make a lot of money in instant. That's why they continue to just buy and sell stocks that they don't even understand what they're doing, diba? And that's our main concern. So, but in reality, Risa, I also did the same thing when I was 17, 18 years old. Nagsugal din ako. Pero at that time, syempre, hindi mo naintindihan na nagsusugal ka, di ba? But today, it's available. It's all in YouTube. We teach that. You want to speculate, you want to be an active trader, you need to know the rules of the game. It's just that it's very difficult to sustain it. You can make money today, tomorrow, the next day. The last one, if you don't understand it, you can just one drop lang, you can wipe out all your gains, di ba? So paikot-ikot lang talaga yan. Paikot-ikot lang talaga yan. Kailangan maintindihan nila that you need to be a consistent trader talaga. May mga rules talaga yan. Dapat maintindihan nila.
So Edward, yung Keylum Institute, Trading Institute, that's for people who want to be traders talaga?
Trader. Yes.
As in may may certification, you can be you become a certified stockbroker.
Maraming exam yan. May exam din yan.
Okay.
Like what we did for this internship program, we did that. They just took their exam kanina this morning. And then the final presentation on cases will be presented on Wednesday and Friday. So we have a prize for those interns who participated. Kasi when I did that internship program, it was for more than 700 people applied. It was really open for student lang yan. It was not open for the public. It was open for student lang talaga. The public, but for student lang. And we picked the top 24, and then we went through them. First 3 weeks, we went to all the sharing, all the coaches, the mentors, basically were explaining the different businesses, and it's all recorded. We put it under for free. Under Cedar Side Investment. You go there, you can see it. Lahat ng mga coaches, yung mga nagtuturo on risk, on fundamentals, on technicals, on sentiment, nandun talaga lahat yan. We upload it when we send it for free talaga. The problem is, can you see it? Are you ready to receive it? These are the two most important things. It's like reading a book, di ba, Risa? If I read your book, if I can pick one or two good items lang, okay na. But in the stock market, it's all there. The problem is, you're not ready to receive it. Parang wala ka pang experience. Hindi mo naintindihan sinasabi ng mga coaches. Diba? And that's why the hand-holding, you need to be in a community. And that's what Kalum is all about. Building a community talaga. So that we hand-hold each other. You can ask questions. You can contribute. Diba? Kasi kailangan may community ka . Kasi you cannot, one person alone, in anything, you cannot survive alone. Because a lot of times, your ego, and you will have blind spot Di mo nakikita Diba? So you need a community talaga. You need a community.
Okay, we're gonna break for commercial, and then after that, babalik po tayo sa Your Money Matters at Ask the Experts na.
Love comes in many forms. But in times of trial and uncertainty, nothing spells love better than security, peace of mind, and hope for the future. For over 50 years, we have helped people express this four-letter word, so you can face life head-on and savor every moment it brings. Manila Bankers Life. The best way to show your love.
Kaiser Medical Center provides a wide array of diagnostic and medical care services, ranging from immediate quality medical care to consultation to individuals and companies all over the Philippines. And because we value your health, our ultimate goal is to be your partner in health and wellness, even long after your visit with us. Kaiser Medical Center is a diagnostic clinic equipped with highly committed and experienced professionals willing to provide you with excellent healthcare service, focused on health and wellness at all times. Our aim is to have a consistent, lifelong relationship with our patients by providing convenient and affordable quality medical care and consultation which is preventive and curative in a happy, safe, and friendly environment. Kaiser Medical Center, kaagapay mo sa kalusugan. Protect yourself and your family and be certain with your future with Fidelity Life. It has been a long-time dedicated partner of IMG that provides life insurance benefit exclusively to its members to meet the risk protection needs. In partnership with Everest Memorial Services, Fidelity Life is also providing its members with free access to 24/7 Memorial Concierge services. With the consent of the beneficiary, Fidelity Life shall apply the insurance benefit to cover the expenses for the memorial services of the deceased member. At Fidelity Life, the care of our members and their families is our first and most important business. Be life confident by protecting your loved ones and securing your future.
Nagbabalik po tayo sa Your Money Matters at ito na po ang portion kung saan natin tatanungin yung from a viewer. Meron po tayong question, Edward, from a viewer. Ang tanong niya, this is Mark. He's 33 years old. He's a contract management specialist and his question is, what is the best time to invest and sell stocks and how do you determine which stocks will be profitable than the others? Meron ba daw formula? Are there any formulas on this? So, Edward, meron bang checklist yan, yung mga companies that we should be buying?
Yes. May checklist po talaga yan. We call it the 4 Ps. No? It's from the book what we call the Finding the Next Starbucks. No? In other words, if you want to buy a company, you have to understand the first is the people. Sino ito? Sino mga ito? The principals. Number 2, the product or service. Number 3, is their potential. So, people, product, potential. Meaning may growth prospect ba yan? Or it's basically what's called matured or declining businesses na yan. And then the last is what we call predictable. Baka puro kwento lang, wala namang kinikita. So, you need to understand. So, in Caleb, we created a framework. It's called FTSR. You need to know the fundamentals. You need to know what the market is saying, the technicals, and then the sentiment, the environment, and risk. You have to know how to manage your risk. But for us, if you go deeper, there's another what we call the understanding the life cycle of a company, where you are. Now, this is from the book of from the YouTube channel of NYU professor Aswat Damodaran. Ang tinatawag na understanding the life cycle. The first is what we call a startup. Parang nag-umpisa ka lang startup. Meron ka lang narrative, may kwento ka lang na this is what I'm going to do. Pero wala ka pang kinikita, it's not a proven, wala ka pang proven track record. So it's called startup. The next one is called young growth. May konting revenues ka na pero hindi ka pa masyado kumikita. The third is high growth, meaning high returns, revenues is growing 30-40%. Earnings is also growing 30-40%. Then the next one is called mature growth. Diba? Nagmamature ka na, lumalaki na yung negosyo mo. The next one is mature ka na. Parang yung malalaking kumpanya na natin. Let's say, SM, naging matured yan. And then the last, of course, is declining. So you need to see all this through the earnings. Kailangan naintindihan mo kung anong stock na binibili mo. Is it young growth or puro kwento lang? Diba? Startup, kwento lang yan. So, most people like the startup kasi puro kwento. So, the stocks are more volatile. So, they like to participate in the stock market that are fast moving or the young growth. Yung wala pang kinikita, puro kwento lang di ba? But for us, we look for mature companies, mature growth, mature, or maybe high growth, a little bit of high growth. So once you do that, you have growth and you have values. So it's a combination. No, so we teach this. We teach this. If you look at our videos for the last couple of months, may checklist ko talaga tayo. No? People, product, potential, predictable. No? That's from the book of Finding the Next Starbucks. They can just YouTube it. Finding the Next Starbucks, Michael Mo, nandun yan, makikita mo. They just listen. Nowadays, I also look at a lot of YouTube to learn from other people, their experiences. So you need to have that open mind. And kailangan mahilig ka rin, na looking for opportunities. No? From day to day, you look for opportunities so that you can participate. May checklist ko talaga yan, Risa.
Okay, so Mark, ayan ang sagot mo. Straight from the mouth of our expert, Edward Lee. Edward, thank you so much for giving us your time. Like what I mentioned sa introduction natin, ako, kilometrong gold ang binigay mo sa amin with your time. One last, may pahabol ka bang advice or tip for our viewers when it comes to investing their money?
I think that they really need, with what we are sharing day to day, and we are encouraging to learn that they need to take care of themselves. That I think is the most important, so that you do not become a burden to your children. So kailangan, kanina yung tinanong mo sa akin, ni Mark, na when is the best time? The best time is today. Kailangan nag-uumpisa ka na ngayon, no? Because kung hindi ka nag-umpisa ngayon, may procrastination yan. Kasi bukas, pagbalik ka na sa opisina mo, makakalimutan mo na ito di ba? So you need to think that you have to try to see things 10, 20, 30 years from now. Anong mangyayari sa iyo? Anong mangyayari sa iyo? You have to be able to visualize it so that you know how to take care of yourself. Because if you don't know how to take care of yourself, one day you will really become a burden to your children. So if you want to invest, you start now. Buy the best companies, save, tabi ka, invest in the best companies that pay dividends, and then use the dividends to reinvest it and let money work for you. It's called the miracle of compounding. The miracle of compounding, or they call it the power of compounding. Tayo, miracle of compounding. Let money works for you.
Amen! Thank you so much, Edward. At maraming salamat sa lahat na nanonood. Ang katanungan mo ay maaaring katanungan ng karamihan. Kaya padala nyo lang kami ng video nyo or your questions. You can email them to yourmoneymatters.ph@gmail.com. One last word from Matthew 24 verse 13. The one who endures to the end will be saved. Gaya ng natutunan natin kay Edward, ang panahon ng krisis ay ang panahon kung kailan tayo mas dapat mag-invest at mas lalong kikita. So don't get weary of saving and investing even during discouraging times because you will one day reap its benefits. Till our next episode, I'm Risa Singson Kaupeng. See you again next week because your money matters.
A brand new iPhone Pro Max 12 with these 4 easy steps. Step 1. Subscribe to IMG YouTube channel. Step 2. Click the notification bell. Step 3. Share one episode of Your Money Matters on Facebook and tag 3 friends using the hashtags #IMG Your Money Matters, #IamGreat iPhone 12 Pro Max giveaway, #IMG official channel. Step 4. Visit img-corp.net/iPhone 12 PMax and fill out the giveaway registration form. The lucky winners will be raffled during the live premiere of the last episode of Your Money Matters Season 3. Watch and share this with your family and friends now to get a chance to win. Good luck!
We would like to thank our sponsors. Learn the secret to saving and building your future. Become your own financial educator through IMG, International Marketing Group, your total financial solution. May Kaiser para sa'yo, kahit maputi na ang buhok mo. Kaiser International Health Group, the first name in healthcare. Seguridad ng buhay at proteksyon para sa mga minamahal. Manila Bankers Life Insurance Corporation, the best way to show your love. Nangungunang kaagapay mo sa kalusugan. Kaiser Medical Center, your partner in health and wellness.